Hey everybody, howdy howdy. How is everybody doing? Welcome. My name is Helga Ntale, just in case you were new. Okay, welcome. And those that are oldies but goodies, hey, welcome back. So, like I said, this month we're sharing something about money, something about the homemaker that is a Christian and money. Okay, it is God, the homemaker, and money, something like that. Okay. So not yesterday, in the last video I shared something about uh, the broke prophet. Okay, and it's amazing that in the same chapter, 2 Kings chapter 4, in the same chapter, 7 verses later, there's a rich homemaker. Can I read it for you? Okay, that's verse 8 now. Excuse me. Now there came a day when Elisha passed over to Shunem, where there was a prominent woman. There are other versions that say a wealthy and influential woman. That's the amplified version. There are other versions that say an influential woman, a wealthy woman, a notable woman. Okay, and she persuaded him to eat food. And so it was, as often as he passed by, he turned in there to eat food. And she said to her husband, that's verse 9, "Behold, now I perceive that this is a holy man of God, passing by us continually. Please let us make a little," verse 10, "please let us make a little walled upper chamber, and let us set a bed for him there, and a table, and a chair, and a lampstand. And it shall be, when he comes to us, that he will turn in there." Okay, so I ended at verse 10. Okay, I read 8 to 10. Now, the thing about this woman, though, is that she was a wealthy wife. Okay, I want you to look at the tone of her voice when she was speaking. She said things like she persuaded the man to come over and eat. Okay, there are families right now that would be inconvenienced. Okay, I'm speaking to you. You could be among those housewives, stay-home moms, homemakers, wife period, who is inconvenienced by people coming to your house. Do you know why? It's not that you're a bad person. You don't have what to give them to eat. Everything in your home is calculated. You understand? If food burns, someone is not going to eat. If the price goes up by 1,000 shillings or 2,000, there's a lot that is at stake. You will not have enough sauce or enough food. So it's not that you are a bad person. It's not that you don't like people. You just don't have what to offer them. So you're actually ashamed of having people over. You are. And I'm not telling you because I'm condemning you. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have bad manners. No. It comes with the territory. When you don't have money, yeah, you kind of withdraw. You cut yourself off. You probably won't attend weddings. You don't want to be in a wedding whatever group, because you don't have enough money. Okay, so I want you to look at how this woman was speaking. She said, the Bible says that she persuaded him to eat food. Let me ask you a question. If you don't have enough, would you go out of your way to actually persuade someone to come and eat? No. You wouldn't even suggest it. Okay, you wouldn't suggest it, because you know that what you have at home, either there is nothing at home, or what you have at home is actually not enough. Okay, I wanted to see what she said. She persuaded him to eat. And then she said, it was just not once. It said, the Bible says, and so it was as often as he passed by, he turned there to eat food. So she didn't just persuade him to have one meal. She said, anytime you're in town, can come and eat. Do you know what it takes for you to say, anytime you're in town, come and eat? It means that you always have food anytime. Every time you come to town, you don't even have to inform me. You don't have to tell me days prior. You just come. There will be food for you. That's deep. That's deep. And then she went ahead and said to her husband, okay, I perceive that this is a holy man of God passing by us continually. Okay, I'll skip that. That's for another lesson when we're learning perceiving or seeing. Okay, but let's skip to verse 10. It says, please let us make a little wallpaper, a little walled upper chamber. Okay, there's a version that says, let us build a small room. Okay, this wife perceives that there's a prophet. Okay, he keeps coming to town. She has perceived that. You have a secret or in a charm. Okay, this guy is special. He's different. She has been able to perceive that, and then she says, let us build him a room, a small room. Okay. By the time you're building an extra room for a stranger, a prophet that you have perceived is a man of God, you have your own house, don't you think? You have your own home. So you're just adding another room. It does not say, let's use our spare room. It says, let us build. This version says, let us make a little walled upper chamber. Okay? So she had the ability to build an extra room. She had the ability to buy a bed, a table, a chair, a lampstand. Okay, that means the bedding's already there, the pillows, the towels, whatever. I want you to also remember that the prophet used to move with his servant Gehazi. So in as much as they were preparing a room for the man of God, they had to prepare for two. Remember, they are coming in anytime you want. There will be food, there will be accommodation. I wanted to share this because I want you to see the difference between the two wives. There was this wife between verse 1 and verse 7, that was desperately looking for the prophet, for a solution like, I'm gonna die, they're taking my babies, okay? And then a few verses later, there's this one who is giving the prophet a solution. It's like, but you keep coming. Why are you going to a lodge when you can eat here? Yeah, now. Why are you going to a hotel? Why are you booking yourself into a hotel when I can host you here for free and you'll have food and blah, blah, blah? Do you see the difference between the two wives? Like I said, this whole month, I'm just going to be sharing nuggets, and may God speak to you, because this is his word, okay? May God speak to you. May God open your heart and your mind to be able to perceive the things that he's talking about, and to should I say, convince you and show you that there's a better way to live. We don't have to live like the prophet's wife. We don't. We can live like the other wife in verse 8. The prominent wife, the wealthy wife. We can. We can. And like I said, that's what the classes are for. That's what they are about. Okay? I've been in this life of the first wife, you know, of the first, what is it called? The first example that we had, the prophet's wife. I've been in that state before. I actually used to, quick story, I used to, in our early years of our marriage, we used to go to my mother in Love's house for dinner. We were staying, you know, quite close. And I would walk with, because I didn't even have money for transport. And so we would walk, immediately the kids were done with school. We would walk, you know, they would come and freshen up and change clothes and yada, yada, yada. And then, because, and they would have eaten at school. So because we did not have the 4 o'clock snack, neither did we have lunch, I would lock up our house and walk to our mother-in-law's home, and we would walk. I would walk with a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and just walk in the sun. Yeah, to go so that we can have a meal. And I didn't do that once a week or once a month. We probably did that 5 times a week. Yeah, and we'd pack up our bags, you know, to go shower, whatever, so that by the time we come back home, we're just coming to sleep. It was that bad. So I know what that looks like. And I also know this side where you can just tell the people, come on over, it's okay. And your heart is not racing. And you're not going like, you know, biting your nails because you don't know how it's gonna work out, you know. So I've been to both ends of the world. I mean, both sides of this dynamic. And yeah, I want to show you how we move from here to here. Okay, I'm willing, I'm available. Question is, are you just interested or are you invested? It's up to you. There's a statement that I absolutely love. It shakes me out of, whew, it gets me thinking. It gets me, I don't know, standing at, you know, attention. Is that attention? Yeah. And it says, I think it's a quote. It says, you either have excuses or results. The choice is yours. So every time you don't have results, you have an excuse. Ouch. It's a hard one, but my God. My God. Okay. I gotta go. I love you. I pray that we shall move from the lady in verse 1 to 7 and shift to the lady in verse 8. Okay? I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.